To your hosts, Don Getling and Gino Franti.
All right, this is our saddest time of our 2 hours. We always say it every week, but it is. This is our most fun 2 hours to spend it with you every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., guiding you to personal and financial wellness now for well over 3 years right here on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS. You can always catch us online at donandgino.com. And actually, you can enter the vault. We have 3 cameras on us thanks to AP Productions. Kind of cool. Furman sitting back there with these HD cameras. He's got it on us. He's got it on our great guest, Steve and Crystal Molidor, and also Mr. Scott Cram, Cherry Creek's own, the man, the myth, the legend.
As he says, with his hockey beard.
Yes.
I can't grow a real beard.
Yeah. and you'll see that Gino and I are sporting our World Cup garb, Go USA.
Hey, I'm going USA too, don't get me wrong.
I know. Yeah, that's all good. And then, of course, we want to thank Miss Shannon Fosnow for running the controls back there for us. All right, let's close out with three things. One, I want you guys to help us with where the market's at, because we've seen a dramatic shift. We had last year where we finally went from the doldrums to just a frenzy because we had so much pent-up demand that it was crazy. It was 20 offers in every home, prices going up 25% a year, to a stop, basically a stop for a little bit, which I think is just everybody taking a breather. But now, as the market's coming back, Gino and I kind of watch this because we get to see the offers coming in. We're seeing that it's patchy. Do you guys agree with us that it has a lot to do with not just the market or the inventory like in the past? When we were down to 200 homes in inventory, that controlled the market. Now it's more about where your market is, where your home is to either sell or buy. Do you agree with us?
Absolutely. We run into that all the time, where a house in some areas will sit on the market longer than others. Some areas they've gone up 10% in the last year. Other areas they've gone up 25%, and then it plays in: do we want a single family home or a townhome, or do we want a townhome or a condo in a different neighborhood? And we want to be central in Valencia compared to somewhere on the outskirts where I've got to commute through all the traffic.
So, knowing your markets, like we're talking about, this is imperative. I hope you're listening to this because it makes a huge difference, because a lot of you out there are unfortunately not completely understand the real estate market. And that's what we do, and that's why we have Steve and Crystal Molidor here, is if you don't understand what Crystal was just eloquently talking about, is that market's a shift, meaning how many homes are available in your particular tract dominates how much you can offer or how long it's going to sit in the market. If there's 25 homes in your particular tract, then it may take longer than the one that has 2. So you need to work with a professional that understands that, because if you don't market your house at the right price, it will sit, and it doesn't say good things for your home itself, especially if you have to reduce it because it's not marketed right. And also, it's stressful when you want to sell your home and you can't. Then it stresses you out, and that's what you guys do. Crystal, you have something to add to that?
Another important thing, and not just on the listing side, but on the buyer side as well, is working with a local agent who understands the market out here, because you can drive down a street and you could have 3 different tracks that you pass within a mile radius, and you need to know which homes have HOAs, which ones don't. That plays a huge factor in it. School boundaries, Melrose. Absolutely, Scott. You guys run into that all the time.
And we've had agents, believe it or not know or inform our clients that they have Melrose. And that's a dramatic thing where you're all saying, oh, wait, I was barely okay with the payment. Now I have a $2,000 to $10,000 Melrose on the back end.
Yeah, I can't tell you how shocking it can be for someone that's looking to buy a house, and all their numbers have been based on an estimate of, I know most lenders use 1.25. We use a little different factor just to compensate for our tax rate in Santa Clarita being a little higher. And we've done that to protect people. We've done that to make sure that everybody knows a little better estimate of what their ultimate cost is going to be. And Melrose is such a funny thing that in my particular neighborhood, my home doesn't have the same Melrose as my neighbor's home, because his was one of the last 6 that was left, and the builder needed to blow it out. So instead of the builder lowering the price, they purchased the Melrose on only 6 of the homes, not on the whole neighborhood. So there's even uniqueness like that only a real estate agent can know about.
So it's good that you guys actually, and thank you for bringing that up, Crystal. It's good because that means you guys are paying attention to that stuff. And you need an agent that pays attention to all the details. It's so nice to be informed. I know when we do our home loans, we give you all the options, not just the 30-year fix, but there's many options that you probably don't know about. It's all in the structuring of your home loan. It's also in what homes you are looking at to purchase or why your home needs to be sold for this or marketed for this. There's a lot of details of that, and that's what we're trying to allude to, is it's not one size fits all. It has a lot to do with what track you're in, what your goals are. I'm sure you guys probably ask a lot of questions, imagine. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, you have to. You have to in this market because there's so many details that can affect a buyer or seller's choice.
So do you see also a value? I mean, we have Scott Crayon here that, like you mentioned, working with a local real estate agent. I would imagine it's also a value to work with a local lender that understands the market and that the other agents trust.
Absolutely. It's nice to be able, we just wrote an offer, Scott and us, a couple days ago, and it was nice to be able to tell the agent, hey, our lender's going to get in contact with you. Well, that happened about 3 minutes later when Scott called the other agent saying, hey, I've already totally pre-approved this buyer. We have all the paperwork. We have everything you need. And that was before I had asked him to do it. I texted him saying, hey, will you call the agent? And he said, it's done.
It's done.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Mr. Scott Crayon.
Absolutely. I want to go back to one thing Gino mentioned and that's the niche details of buying a home or getting a loan, whatever the case is. How many people out there are saying, I've got a cousin who's a real estate agent. They're not really a true real estate professional, though, but they're going to use them, and they're really doing themselves a disservice by doing that. And I realize there's some issues there, and it's a hard conversation to have to kind of fire a friend or possibly a family member.
Sure.
But, working with a true real estate professional like Steve and Crystal is going to pay off tenfold for you.
Are you trying to tell me you don't want me to do your home loan? You're trying to let me down easy here?
Well, luckily he knows Cherry Creek does the best job, so that's different. In fact, how can a lot of you, we're going to give you some great information. You go online and get this information as well, but how can they get a hold of you guys again?
Our phone number, 661-255-5257, or at ezhometracker.com.
That's E and a Z, not EASY. I clarify it because I want them to remember EZ.
You can spell
Home Tracker. I'm better with numbers, trust me. Much better with numbers. And Furman, you have that up on the screen as well? Yeah, okay. So if you go to donandgino.com, click on the Listen and Chat Live, you'll see our awesome guest, the very beautiful Crystal, and the very handsome Steve Molidor in our studio, dressing up our studios. Thank you guys very much for dressing up our studios and giving such great info today. Okay, so we have a couple more minutes. Let's talk about, do you guys have any events coming up?
Yes, we always have an event coming up. Okay, so right now we're working with Hands on Santa Clarita. They're doing a big fundraiser push right now, and we have decided to host a girls' night out. So ladies, get dressed up, get ready to shop. We're going to have a boutique with 7 vendors. It's going to be in our home.
Oh, wow.
We can only take 60. You can get more information on handsonsantaclarita.org. where the tickets are $50. It's all you can eat, all you can drink, a boutique, a raffle. We're going to have a lot of fun, and that's going to be on July 12th at 6 p.m.
Nice. Good times. So good for you guys. You're always figuring out, like we talked in an earlier segment, always figuring out how to give back. And that keeps you guys pretty busy, I'd imagine. But it gives you an opportunity to reach out to our community and your clients. You guys are really good about staying in touch with your clients, I'd imagine.
Yeah, it's important. Personal relationships are the bread and butter of this business, and if you're not out there and active, you're not going to do well.
All right. So, in that case, since it's about relations, I have to ask because I already know the answer. So, what do you guys like to do for fun?
Raiders!
Oh, man. Gino's
Nice. See,
jumping
I'm
on.
smiling from ear to ear. I got support in the house
That
today.
was said with pride, wasn't it? That's awesome. I love it.
Raiders. Hey, you guys, I have to give you credit, though. Despite their last few years, you guys are still fans, so you guys didn't jump off the boat,
You know, it was really funny
as the
last
rats
year.
were coming in.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was
just
really
say-
funny last year. Somebody was telling Scott, another friend of ours, that said, if you're ever going to change teams, now's a good time. We won't judge you. And we said, no, we're gonna keep at it. And I want to point out that right now in the studio there are more Raiders fans Then Saints fan.
Oh, who dat? Hey, I know a little something about losing, okay? All right, Mr. Drew Brees came in the house and things turned around. So you still got hope.
Yeah,
Still got hope.
No doubt about it. Well, we hope you guys come back because you guys are a great addition to our show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, thank you very much.
And again, you guys need to reach out to Steve and Crystal Molidor with Home Smart Real Estate. Again, how do they get a hold of you?
661-255-5257.
All right, and EZ as in E and a Z, hometracker.com. Look them up because they are the top of the game right now. They will help you sell your home or find your home with real passion and technology. I'm really impressed with you guys. Good job, and thank you for being on our show today.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
All right, Mr. Crayon, thank you, Mr. Scott Crayon himself, Gino Fronti in the house, of course, Shannon Fosna, and AP Productions on the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Make sure you join us every Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. and check us out at donandgino.com. Go USA.
USA.